Alright guys, what's going on? Today we're back on the ladder grind. I just went from 6,000 to 6,300 on one like massive push. Then I tilted a bit and came back today, and yeah, I'll be showing some of the best replays I got from along the way with the double barrel log bait here. Only 3 cards maxed. I'll be getting a 4th one here really soon. As you can see, my gold's pretty close, and then once I play this challenge, I'll have enough gold to get probably, I would upgrade Inferno Tower next, I'd say. Yeah, so let's hop into some of the replays here. Yeah, I really did try to get some live gameplay. I know most of you guys don't care, but some of you guys ask for, live gameplay every now and then. I see those, like, requests in the comments, and whenever I play for some reason, live when I'm recording, I just get like psyched out, like just knowing that it's recording and like not wanting to mess up, and I end up messing up. So I tilted a little bit doing that, and then I just off camera when I'm got all these games. And then also I can't really record live with my mic because until I actually get a like separate mic from separate from my phone, which I will sometime soon because of this, I can't play the game and record like my mic with a game sound, or else the game sound will like extremely like override my voice and like commentary and whatever. So can't really do that either. So I'll be getting a PC here soon, so I'll be able to do a lot better with the editing and all that as well. And mic situation will be improved because I know there's like some static and all that on my phone mic as well that you guys can probably hear right now every now and then. So yeah, this first matchup here, classic giant double prince. He did have level 13 towers as well, so more of a fair matchup than normal, but still pretty sure he had mostly max cards or all max cards. So yeah, right here, I could tell just by these first cards he's playing that most likely it was just going to be the classic giant double prince. So I just went in there with a Skarmy like that pretty aggressively since I knew what deck it was, which that's one of the biggest disadvantages to playing on mid ladder, is that you typically never know what the people are going to be running, so you have to be really cautious and passive until double elixir. Or is until you've seen the opponent's full cards, however. So right here, pretty good log on that. Good recognition of the situation we were in right there. Didn't really have any good answers, but you're able to just log back the Miner and the Dark Prince and then get a Skarmy down. Like, not the most ideal defense, but yeah, he's going to have to go waste a Fireball on the barrel, so we know we are at a bit of a elixir advantage right now. We're just going to go with the Princess to finish off the Mega Minion there. And then, yeah, he only has Zap and Fireball, so it's like pretty good for us. We can just bait out that Zap all the time with our Skeleton Barrel, and then he's either going to have to Fireball or Goblin Barrel every time for a -1 trade for him, or a +1 trade, I should say, for him. And then we'll also be able to outcycle his Fireball fairly often in the match, since his deck is definitely more expensive than mine. But yeah, he has an Ewis as well, but that's still not going to be countering the Goblin Barrel that well. And then right here you can see that we are in double elixir time, always when the opponent's going to be setting up with a Giant or a Golem or a P.E.K.K.A in the back. Inferno Tower down right away, because then you'll be able to cycle back. So right here, even if he like somehow destroyed that Inferno Tower, I just got to cycle a log, and then I'll be back to another Inferno Tower. Same thing goes for like Lava Loon or any of those decks like that. We're gonna have a bad play there playing that Goblin Barrel, unfortunately, right into that Dark Prince he dropped in the back, and then he's gonna mess up, mistiming the Zap. So pretty bad sequence for the both of us there, but I'd say it's gonna work out more in my favor since we got his tower down to 901 right now. Notice as well, we're switching up the lanes here. Don't want to be playing into him, Because if we're only playing into like the right lane, for example, then he's just going to be Dark Princeing in the back there, building up supporting units back there, and getting big old counter pushes, and we did not want that. So I'll make note of that more in the next match. I kind of forgot to mention that, of like when to go opposite lane. I'm still learning that myself because I had a hard time like learning that or finding out when to really do that. But I'd say I've gotten a lot better with going opposite lane. So right here, he's keeping up with our cycle pretty well, always having that zap in hand. We're having a little bit of a hard time getting damage, or just a bit of a stalemate right now. Just make sure when you're in these situations never to go overly aggressive, trying to get that game finished off, because that's when you could potentially overcommit, put too many offensive units down, opponent can get a massive counter push and win. Especially if they got the heavier deck like that in double elixir, and we're going to get plus 33 off that, so that's pretty good. Pretty solid game for us. And the next one, we played really well as well. The guy didn't have any spells besides clone in this next one, you can see, but still, obviously, he could win this in one push if he just went lucky and spammed the bridge right away with his giant skeleton barrel clone deck. Yeah, I'm not sure why he had E-Barbs in there. I've seen basically the same deck as this, except without E-Barbs. I'm not sure what's normally in it instead of E-Barbs. Yeah, right there, just like I was talking about earlier, if he just does stuff like that the whole game, we could easily lose, even though he doesn't have a spell. Especially since his towers are level 14 and can do pretty well against my stuff. But I figured he didn't have I figured he would either have Fireball or like Zap or Snowball or something that would either be a negative trade for him, or else something that would not fully counter the Goblin Barrel. So that's why I went in with it, seeing that the Knight was tanking for it, and sure enough we get quite a bit of damage because it turns out he had no spell. The Furnace or any spawners always going to be really annoying. You're just going to have to play Princess, opposite lane or same lane depending on the situation. Go Knight same lane to just tank him up, and in situations like that, you can have an Inferno Tower down. Really helps out there, soaking those up. But yeah, we don't want to be taking that damage. Level 14 Fire Spirit is way too much to be tanking for a cycle deck like that we have right here. So he doesn't have to go E-Barbs on our Goblins, because we went against seeing the Knight was tanking for it, and knowing that he doesn't have any small spell last time, like Log or anything, that would fully counter. And yeah, I was really expecting him to have like something like Zap at this point, and then, so yeah, I kind of realized here that, yeah, he definitely has no small spell whatsoever, given that we just got a 3 elixir Skarmy countering his 11 elixir right there, E-Barbs and Cannon Cart. But it's more of just a 3 for 6 trade, because 3 for 5, since he already had the E-Barbs down to counter my Goblin Barrel. Thankfully the Knight's tanking right there for the tower, else that could have been really bad if the Flying Machine got cloned and got on my tower. But yeah, as pretty much same thing there as the first push of the game. Not really anything we can do except make sure to get our own damage, because he'll for sure be getting his damage by doing stuff like that, building up massive pushes and cloning, and we got to save our Log to be able to hit both the Skeleton Barrel and the Clone Skeleton Barrel. Yeah, you got to make sure those Inferno Tower placements are on point, or else that Skeleton Barrel could have gone through and connected. So I guess he thought that might have been too far over to the left to pull the Skeleton Barrel, but it wasn't. So we went all in, cloned, and lost a lot of value right there. Now it's pretty much game over, because we can just Log, and we got a lot of damage on the left-hand tower as well. So that was a really well-played game by me right there. Did a lot of right things, a lot of situations that could have gone very bad, very quick for me, but yeah, so hopping into the next one, we got Mega Knight Hog with arrows, Witch, and Cannon Cart. I forget how this one really went, but yeah, so he just went Hog first play, I think. Yeah, he went Hog first play, so typically you want to go Inferno Tower, even just take the negative elixir trade rather than go Skarmy and have him arrow or log and have the hog get multiple shots right off the bat. Yeah, so we're just going to go in with a Skeleton Barrel, seeing that we're at 10 elixir and he hadn't played anything yet. So he's not going to have any... Well, I think he had some small spell. Or did he? I know... No, he had arrows. He had arrows, at least. So he's not going to have his arrows in cycle for the Skarmy. You're going to have a nice Skarmy onto Prince. Unfortunately, the Magic Archer is going to take out the Dark Goblin. He's going to be leaking elixir right now. Probably thinking that we are too or something, but he just wasted a lot of elixir right there. Probably just trying to decide what to do because he's got all really expensive cards in hand. So we're just going to go Knight into that Cannon Cart and Dark Goblin to finish it off since they hadn't crossed the bridge yet there. And then, yeah, since we know he has arrows, I mean, I probably should have played that Princess in the left is what I was going to say. But he must have used his arrows already because that's not in cycle. I think we must have played a barrel. I wasn't paying attention there. So, yeah, never mind. We did do the right thing, playing that Princess into the lane where we have the most damage on. And then we're going to go Goblin Barrel right here. Arrows are not quite in cycle yet. He doesn't have enough elixir to get a card to cycle back to it either. So, it's going to be a lot of damage right there. And then, yeah, I don't think he's played Mega Knight yet. We don't even know he has Mega Knight yet. Just looking like a really weird, expensive Hog Rider deck. Yeah, I think I made a video a long time ago over just, like, the weird stuff you see on Mid Ladder that's just objectively wrong in this game. And, yeah, one of those for sure is, like, heavy Hog Rider decks that don't have a second win conditions. Like, this dude has, like, Prince and Mega Knight, so it's, like, all right. But you see a lot of times, I'm sure, decks that are like a 4.0 elixir cycle of like Hog Rider being the only win condition, just Hog Rider spells and a bunch of supporting units that have like an over 3.5 like average elixir cost. And those decks, never run those. They're just really objectively bad. If Hog Rider is your only win condition, it needs to be a cycle deck. So yeah, this guy, his deck is somewhat viable, I'd say. But just not the best. Matchup for him, I'd say I have the matchup there for sure. Since he only has arrows and E-Wiz, and I can outcycle him fairly well. I did not play this very good. This kind of a mirror matchup, except he had Rocket. So I would say that's his matchup as well. Having the Goblin Gang versus our Skarmy and the Rocket versus our no big spell. So we got revenge here against this Hogbait player. The next game, I think we kind of destroyed him too. I'm not sure. I think this is our matchup too. Or at least it's more even, but we play this one really well, I know. So again, going to go with the Inferno Tower rather than risk it with a Skarmy in case he's going to do something crazy like pre-log or have the Zap hovering. Because you never know. You don't want to be... Always want to be safe rather than sorry at the beginning of the game. Because if you're down half a tower right away and down an elixir, you'll probably have to overcommit to finish countering the Hog. If he were to zap the Skarmy, then you pretty much already lost. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure on that... game beforehand, or might have been the other one, another one, but that bait match I had that I lost, I'm pretty sure, just speaking of like the insane stuff these guys will do first play, is I'm pretty sure the guy went Dark Goblin at the bridge and then Goblin Barrel, and I had no log in cycle, and I had to try to like Knight on the Dark Goblin and like Skarmy on the barrel, and yeah, it took basically half my tower right away, and I'm pretty sure that's why I lost that one. I came back and like the dude was just playing horrible the whole time. I came back, even I was making a couple misplays and still lost that because of that and the rocket cycle that he had. Yeah, forget if that was another game earlier on today or if it was that recent one I skipped over, but that's why you always just gotta be as passive as he can possibly be. Gonna miss the log there on the juke barrel. I was not expecting that. You don't see people do that too often, to be honest. But I typically always do that, but it seems like people are pretty used to it, and it doesn't really work on them that much. But we're going to get a lot of damage right there from the Knight being the only answer this guy had in rotation. He must have used his log on something else. So I'm pretty sure his cycles are about even. I doubt I out-cycled him. And he's going to maybe try to block that Dark Goblin with a Hog, but that was really late. Do not want that Goblin to get 4 stabs, so we're going to have to go with a Knight there, and then he had to waste a Tesla with it for the Skeleton Barrel, so we are going to have good full HP Knight there to support. And we're going to go for our own Juke Barrel. He plays his log really late, trying to see where that barrel's at, because I'm pretty sure he knew that it was like further back or something. And then we know he has no log, so we have an easy Skarmy right there, or else he has to fireball it, and that's definitely not what he would want to do. And then, yeah, it towers down to 135 here. Just got to cycle logs, but then again, always got to be careful here. Never want to allow opportunity for these guys to come back, because they will be full sending everything they got at this point. Just got to be very careful about how you're cycling the log, making sure that I have a Skarmian cycle to counter the Goblin Barrel. And then, yeah, that could have been actually pretty bad right there if it was a more close game and I didn't have those remaining skeletons, because he caught me without my Skarmy or Inferno Tower, and I only had a Dark Goblin to counter the Hog, so that could have been a bad situation right there since we went with a Skeleton Barrel, a bit too overly aggressive. And yeah, last game, do I even want to show this? We got some Pekka E-Barbs player. I might show it since the guy's fully maxed and absolute Mid Ladder Menace. Or what do I want to show here? Yeah, this is the tilt that I went on. Probably not going to find anything good down there. Yeah, let's go ahead, hop into this one. Last match of the day. I think we just went Princess in the back. Yep. Always one of the best starting plays. Never really want to log at the bridge. I see people do that a lot. That's only like a last resort, because if someone sees that, they might just full send with like a Dark Goblin Barrel in the opposite lane, which happened in that one game I was talking about. I didn't even cycle my log. They just did that first play before I had even done anything. So yeah, we're going to go with the Skeleton Barrel right here. He's going to have a Valk and Archers, so we're definitely not going to want to feed any more Elixir into that lane. Only going to want to focus on defense now. Because I was thinking at this point it could be Expo, because Expo runs Valkyrie sometimes. And so far I had seen Fireball, Log, Archers, and Valk. All of those could definitely be an Expo deck, but then I see the E-Barbs, the Wizards, so just a coincidence that those first 4 cards were all Expo cycles, so I was really preparing for that Expo at the bridge, since he had the Valk and Archers up there from the first defense he did. So now we're just going to go in with a Goblin Barrel. I think he's going to get a good log off, and then, oh, he's going to think that's Juke or something. Yeah, I gave him the well play there, I mean. That was definitely not a Juke Barrel. But yeah, we're going to go with the Princess now in the left lane, not wanting to give him any Fireball values since I knew that was in cycle. Well, I will give him Fireball value, but not on the tower that he wanted to get it on. Then, yeah, I'm going to go with a sneaky Dark Goblin in front there, because I thought he would not be ready to play something since that Knight was almost dead. So he's going to miss his Zap here. This could have been pretty bad for us as well. But I still had the Knight anyway, the Knight in the log, but since he missed that Zap, I ended up not having to play the log there, and I probably would have still gotten a couple of E-Barb hits, like 1 or 2, if he had fully countered my Skarmy there, but it still wouldn't be the end of the world. We just kind of lucked out by this guy being pretty bad. Yeah, you really wonder sometimes how some of these guys get to the same trophy level you do. I mean, he does have a fully maxed deck and all that, but so does everyone else. And a lot of these guys I'm playing against 6,300 this point in the season. And the season's only like a little over halfway done. Like, it's not really late season or anything. I'd say I'm doing pretty well based on how I've done in the past, but you really got to wonder how guys like this are winning enough matches to be at the same trophies I am, but, you know. Maybe it's just a bad matchup for him. Maybe he's tilted, who knows. Yeah, he's going to miss a Goblin there. Yep, Goblin's going to get a stab. We just got to cycle logs, because we get a good log value there anyway. Regardless, I know he has Zap that he really wants to play, but we're going to go with a Knight going back. But turns out he wasn't hovering Zap. He's wanting to go in with the E-Barbs, because got to spam, and then got to have an easy win right there. It's already over. We just need to hit that log, and it wasn't overtime. We get 33 trophies from that match, and that is, oh, never mind. We still got one last thing for the video. I got this random Royal Wild chest. I think it's like the new, not sure if it's the best chest in the game. I'm not sure if it's better than the Mega Lightning chest. I think that might still be the best, but this one I know has heroes in it. If you're level 14, if you're not, yeah, guaranteed champion and level 14, it says guaranteed wild cards included, 9,500 gold and 271 cards. So I'm pretty sure it has a guaranteed legendary if you're not a level 14. And then, yeah, guaranteed champion if you are. So, obviously going to open this one up right now, see what we get. Yeah, the 9,500 gold, I already said that. Get 200 common wild cards. 55 rare wild cards, already have it full, so we're going to get wizards. That's unfortunate. Then 15 epics, and I guess we're just getting all wild cards from this, but that's all right, I guess. Oh, that might be why it's called like it was called like the Royal Wild Chest, might be as in like wild cards or something. So I can pretty much get my log maxed out. I just got to request 2 more and then put all those in there. And yeah, I'll be getting pretty close to max as far as card levels, not tower levels. Pretty close to max card levels once I get enough gold. Oh, I have enough gold now, so I can upgrade for a tower. Nice. Alright, so next video we'll have 4 max cards and 2,000 more star points there. But yeah, that is it for today's video. So if you learned anything, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and get the comment section active as well. And yeah, until the next video, we'll be seeing ya.